What a first map coming out of YFP here. 13-6 victory, and a YFP that, Wyatt, we've been talking about the step-ups they've had since stage one, how they've had this improvement. They're coming together, but to see the level in which they did that for a first map of today's series is still shell-shocking to me.
Yeah, I'm pretty stunned. I have not seen YFP play this well all year. This was just such a stellar map from them. Turtle Troop were not playing poorly either. This was against a good Turtle Troop. Their players were on point. They were making some mistakes in some rounds, yes. But when they did, YFP were exploiting them so hard. It wasn't just like Turtle Troop were making an egregious mistake and, you know, tripping themselves up and they were like losing because of that. No, they would make a small mistake and YFP just punished them to the maximum. It was such a surprising map for me, because of that. But yeah, damn, I mean, that is a great way to start off this game.
100%. And to touch back on something you said, this wasn't a Turtle Troop that was playing bad. I mean, sometimes when we get to see these, because like on paper, technically, like this is like still kind of an upset, but when you see this, it's normally on the back of one team, just kind of blah. But I mean, Turtle Troop, they're finding those first engagements here, Marks, and YFP being so good to respawn. This is, I still am just lost for words. Help me out here.
I don't want to be like that guy, but it's like YFP are making it look like Jazz. It felt like in these more opportunistic moments, you know, they were playing so well off of each other, which is something very characteristic of what we expected Turtle Troop really to be bringing to the table. But nope, YFP were like, hey, you know, we're hanging out together. You use a little bit of utility. I'm going to swing through and get 3 kills. And it just looked fantastic. And of course, obviously seeing this player breakdown, I mean, Jake with the not dead yet on that Clove was fantastic. Got actually so much value in this last map.
I mean, that's something as well. We highlighted Turtle Troop going into this and the changing compositions that they have and this innovation and stuff. And Wyatt being able to see this, not just the Clove, we've seen a couple teams flex with that, but Penny going to the Neon as well, and how that was able to allow YFP to just be so aggressive and be taking this space. Everything coming together so well. And even when they flexed forward, the rest of the team had their back.
Yeah, they were playing these 4-1 setups where Thief was on his lonesome, and you have to give him huge credit for being able to take a lot of space on the map, find kills on the lurk as well, while the entire rest of his team were focused on playing around the Neon, rotating incredibly quickly as for. On attack, it would be Penny and the rest of the team all pushing up towards Mound, while Thief tried to work and gain space towards A, towards Tree, and then they would rotate super fast back to him after making noise on that area of the map. And because of that, you know, there is a lot of pressure on Thief to perform in those situations, and he was playing his role fantastically. His lurk timings were great.
And with that win now, looking ahead in the series, we have to start reevaluating what this means for our entire series, because going into this, Marks looked at the map pool like, yeah, this is kind of TTR favored, but now going into YFP's pick, this isn't a bad map for Turtle Troop. Sure, they kind of got smashed a little bit by Core in the first week, but last week's performance against MXS was definitely redeeming. But this has been a really strong map on YFP's end.
I mean, once again, when you were coming into this, right, you're like, oh, it's YFP going up against Turtle Troop. And, you know, like you said, Turtle Troop just beat Moisex Shopify on Sunset. And so you naturally would think, oh, yeah, Turtle Troop, obviously this is going to be a map win for them. Yet YFP look really good on Sunset. They're once again playing so darn well together. And especially after that first map on Lotus, like, I don't even know anymore. I genuinely think that YFP probably have something really interesting ready for this map, and we're going to be here for a show. That's pretty much all I can predict.
I mean, even for YFP's end, if they don't have something interesting for us, I hope they do. I really hope that, you know, yet again, we're going to see something wacky. I love it when teams switch it up and we get to see them really pop off. But with the consistency they've even had on Sunset, for me, Wyatt, I'm just looking towards them still playing as a team, executing those plans and punishing.
Definitely. And I expect to see here both of the teams running what they had ran previously, which I feel is the best comp on Sunset right now, where you have the double initiator with the Gecko and Breach. This is going to play a lot differently from Lotus. Obviously, you're not going to see the same pace from YFP that we saw there. So I'm interested to see how now with a game that's going to be operating a bit more slowly, that's probably going to be a bit more defaulty from them on attack, how things are going to operate for them now in regard to, all right, we saw the really great coordination there on Lotus. Coordination used to be YFP's problem. Can that continue into Sunset now?
We'll have to see if they can continue that on. Our agent select is ready. Map 2. I'll see you guys afterwards.
Thank you, Sierra, and let's take a look at what we've got here. All right, enough of that neon shenanigans out of here. Why it looks like we're going to be sticking to a pretty stock standard comp from both these teams.
Yeah, this is just the standard meta stuff, and there's a reason for it. These comps are really good. The Gecko and the Breach offer a ton of synergy. Cypher is essentially, I think, a must pick on this map as well. I think Gecko and Cypher are two must picks here for Sunset. The setups that you can have on either site are so tough for attackers to deal with. The trip setups are what I'm referring to, of course. Turtle Troop are going to be starting on the defense here. This is one of the maps where they were previously innovating, trying to play the deadlock, and now they've just headed in the direction of playing in the meta. Now, curious to see if they're going to be able to actually bring this thing back. They weren't looking bad on map 1. YFP were just looking a cut above.
And especially, too, with the caliber of player that Turtle Troop is bringing into here. So important to just have that reset. Get ready for Sunset. You're not out of this situation just quite yet. And once again, I want to highlight B-Dog playing that Gecko for Turtle Troop. It's extremely good, and a lot of very creative wingman plays. So already going to be a little bit of a clearance out of that A site on the defense, while YFP, they're just interested in investing their stocks on mid.
I'm just going to play this a little bit slowly. They have a pretty deep cam towards A, YFP. They're just going to slowly try and work up, get some space here towards elbow.
And YFP have been so good at getting those ultimate orbs, especially in some of these earlier rounds. It really feels like they love playing off of ultimates, whether or not it's that Thrash or that Rolling Thunder. But finally, it looks like they're ready to go, Wyatt.
Making no noise, just a pure contact play. They really want to push here. It's like they want to break the trip and go past it.
Well, go past it they will. Immediately spotting out that everyone might be a little bit further back than they were expecting, but all good. That means we get the spike down nice and easy. YFP get themselves set up. Penny has the nade in hand. Waiting for an opportunity. It's going to be the boom bot coming through from Corey. Clearing out one of the angles, and finally the utility is going to be coming through. Oh, that's a lot there, and Jake able to scoop up 2 while Penny finds the others, and Stellar up against the world. Won't be able to do it, and YFP put on a stunning masterclass for round number 1.
I mean, look at that lovely setup that they have towards Link. As soon as the pressure comes back in from Turtle Troop, they're ready with the Flash Dizzy combo. They have the nade coming out. And then they have Jake as well, tucked in the left corner, ready to swing out with Penny. I mean, that is just so perfectly set up. Again, this is just a totally different team than we had seen in stage 1. That is so, so nice from them.
I can tell because you keep on bringing it up. It's fantastic, but it is kind of like mind-blowing. Just the level of caliber of difference as Penny opens things up here, and already going to be satcheling in all the confidence in the sails of YFP. Weeded getting spotted into the back here. Ain't going to get utilized, but doesn't matter. Jake able to scoop up Stellar. Weeded at least trying to claw this one back, but will be a little bit of a trade here. Penny very low HP. Now in this 2v3 scenario for Turtle Troop.
Should be relatively easy to clean things up from here. when you have the man advantage, when the spike is planted for you in B main, you're all stacked up there, it's more than easy to trade things down. So I don't expect Turtle Troop to be getting the win here.
Now Mosh
That won't be the case.
B-Dog at least trying to clean things up. Just a little bit, Penny. Gonna be going through here, but yeah, the double swing. Left, right, which way you're gonna choose, doesn't matter. YFP, they get round number 2, but at least Turtle Troop make it a little bit expensive for them.
YFP, they're on the cusp of a big upset win, and also their 3rd win in a row. I mean, the first one came at, you know, the first victory was against Sad, the second against Winthrop. So it's like, all right, those are 2 perfectly fine wins, but that's not a huge litmus test as to how good this team really is. But a win against Turtle Troop, all right, now we're looking at YFP as being an actual top team contender.
Yeah, especially too, if they're able to 2-0 Turtle Troop, that's going to be a statement. The rest of the challengers, people, Penny flying through. Oh, Corey didn't even see that one coming, and Penny not done yet, but Stellar says, actually, you're done here, Jake. Shuts down 2. It's blinded up, doesn't matter. And now the spike goes down. Already YFP claiming so much space and will have more than ample weaponry. As Turtle Troop, little bit of an awkward position for them. A 2v4 scenario. Physic just waiting for the engagement. The smoke gets tossed out. Thief was able to spot that out here. Finally, the spike goes down. Adder goes down, and so does We Did. It's YFP. I mean, they're just sweeping the ground right now against Turtle Troop.
Yeah, frankly, I didn't even notice, but Turtle Troop, I guess, invested up too much in round 2, they must have been buying light armors with the sheriffs and stingers. I didn't even notice because they didn't have a buy for round 3. So now YFP's economy is getting, you know, not out of control just yet, but on the cusp of it. Must win round now for Turtle Troop.
And the momentum very securely onto YFP's side. Penny also one away from getting the showstopper online. And Turtle Troop changing it up a little bit. We did getting a lot of space onto mid, and we've seen YFP go this way. Oh no. Corey able to get a couple of bullets onto Penny, but now the showstopper. A tool in the pockets of YFP.
And if they win this round, break the Turtle Troop economy again, they are in full position to just run away from this, with this game rather. We did going for an aggressive play to try and even things up when they're at the man disadvantage. That smoke is nice as well. This pressure from We Did is expending a lot of time from YFP, and it's going to end up probably expending utility to re-clear some of this space.
Yeah, and YFP, I mean, it looked like they were so ready to just move in onto A, but like you said, just a simple smoke. A little bit of pressure. It's more than enough, and now We Did. Excellent position here. And the utility coming through. We Did now going through. Oh, Penny, not even given an opportunity. Doesn't matter if the showstopper is pulled. Also able to stop the spike as well. So Wingman going to be falling down. Adder just in the back of the site right now. Waiting for someone to go through, spraying through the smoke, but gives the position up. Now Jake going to be exploring a little bit as well. As Adder spots it out, Thief just a little bit faster onto the head of Adder. And Jake moving up. Oh, Stellar doesn't even see that one coming. The aggression from YFP unrivaled against Turtle Troop. As B-Dog stuck in this 1v3 scenario. Does have the Dizzy available here. Finds the first pick on to Physic. An excellent read, actually. To scout out the player inside of the smoke. Spots the leg of Thief. Now has an idea, so tosses down the Wingman. Tries to go for the 1v2. Able to find one. Immediately transfers over here. But the Wingman already taken down, so has to just wait the time. And Thief, oh, it's so annoying. Can just play the time there. Goes for the wide swing. And YFP, they secure yet another attacking round.
Good effort from B-Dog to try and bring that back, but still such an impossible task to win out that clutch. We Did as well an attempt to recover things, but frankly for me the story of that round is that it looks like the team play is beginning to devolve a bit for Turtle Troop. They're going to take a timeout here. I think it's a good point in the game to do so because Weeded, he's going for that individual play, trying to even things up. All right, cool. He's able to do it. And then Adder is still on the site fighting before his team is able to rotate there. And then Stellar is walking in after Adder dies, trying to find another timing. And it's just nothing really being coordinated there. They're all just going for their own plays, trying to take fights. Uncharacteristic of Turtle Troop, but YFP have put them in that position to be a bit more flustered, a bit more desperate to find kills and make plays.
Yeah, and also too, I want to highlight how much Weeded is kind of doing. I mean, especially on that last round, we saw it, but really denying YFP a lot of space, finding a couple of kills, and yet still YFP, they got a couple of members alive. The round isn't over just quite yet. They're able to just turn these things around, and it's almost ridiculous how frequently YFP have been in bad situations, yet they're still coming out on top, catching so many timings on Turtle Troop.
Turtle Troop are going to be able to half buy up just a little bit. They have the Thrash in case, maybe this round gets a little bit scrappy. They can find an advantage with that or close things out if they get some kills with these close range weapons.
It's almost dangerous for a second if they walked in to be met on the other side of a judge. But actually, once again, YFP choosing to explore mid a little bit here. The Boombot tossed down as Will just going to be shooting that one down, and pings are coming through. They're ready to move in onto the back, or at least are aware that a player is there. But Thief has gotten so much space on A.
And he's been so good at finding the timings to get this space safely. I mean, Dog is not ready for this at all.
Now the neural theft.
First kill. Yeah, the neural theft as well. They're just going to get the site for free.
Exactly the point that I was just about to make is you get to see the wingman come down. And now Turtle Troop, I mean, the weaponry is just simply not there. They're going to be trying their best on this retake. Hopefully able to take close angles, but that Thrash makes it so much more difficult. Spotting out one, this utility coordination is just unreal coming out from YFP. Talk about making Turtle Troop uncomfortable. They can't even get themselves set up, and already YFP are collapsing upon the matter. Able to find Jake at least. Will just on the other side here, but time is ticking down, and yeah, Turtle Troop, they're not going to be able to find this defuses. Thief just going to be running through to make sure that that's not going to be possible.
One enemy remaining.
Just going to be trying to clean things up. Maybe Corey can save that rifle here, but Penny is going to catch him out. That proactive play towards spawn from YFP, though, was so well coordinated, so nice, just pushing up and fighting for the space. They're not getting passive in these situations. They're actually fighting forward together. That aftershock that came through, the flash as well for the swing, that was all just so nicely timed. This team just looks so in sync with each other.
Yeah, now Turtle Troop, at least they do have quite a bit of utility. Penny already going for the fast satchel in off of that Dizzy from Will. Not really able to find any suspects yet. Corey this round does have that operator, but it's going to be a lot of utility from YFP to clear out some of these corners.
And at no point really have Turtle Troop been able to fight for any map control. They've just been playing it pretty passive, which has allowed Thief to find these timings to walk up deep into elbow. It's allowed YFP to walk up contact deep into mid. And here they are, ready to just take mid control again. This smoke going down, and Turtle Troop, they've not shown any proactivity to fight through smokes or fight for this space, try and find timings to Dizzy Flash combo. Nothing like that. It's been YFP just total control over the map.
Look at this, all four members just at the top here, running right through things. If the fault line was prepared, ready to go to at least slow things down. The door gets shot, trap as well. Now the Storm is going to be weathering this B site. A couple of smokes tossed down onto the site, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit of a plant coming through as Adder just in the back line here, able to find one, and also able to deny the spike plant, as Weeded now taking a timing, able to find at least one. Gets at least very low. Corey scopes down Jake, and suddenly Thief 1v4. Not able to find it as Turtle Troop they get their first round on the board.
A bit of an odd mistake there from YFP, planting out in the open, but just paying no mind to what the players actually in the B site could be doing, which is finding a timing to swing from stairs. Just no one had their eyes on it. That was just a mistake completely exploited by Turtle Troop there, exploited by Adder anchoring the site.
And now moving into this next one, B-Dog did use that thrash there. But I'm still worried about how Turtle Troop are kind of playing. Like you said, not really being proactive, allowing YFP so much mobility around this site. And yeah, Penny scopes out B-Dog. B-Dog actually able to find at least one. Does get traded out here by Physic. And Stellar through the smoke. Able to trade that one back out. It's already scrapping down as Thief finds Stellar, but takes quite a bit of damage in the meantime as Weeded now moving around. Finds just the top of that Cypher's hat. Corey's still putting down that operator pressure. The wingman is going to get shot down. Rest in peace, little guy. And that's even more information. Corey now aware that someone's just around the corner here. And the double swing through, it doesn't quite work out. And suddenly Corey down to a 1v2. Could potentially get Showstopper online. Just denies the plant. I thought little bro was finally going to be able to pull it off, but it's going to be a little bit of a dizzy there. And now look at this. This is so interesting. We actually see, oh, Will just skirted the corner there. And the timings giveth, the timings taketh. As Corey left waiting as YFP will be able to get the spike down on B.
And at this point, it's so awkward for him. Jake is actually going to stay in mid, which is kind of dangerous. If Corey somehow finds this kill on Will, oh my god, he spots his head dropping down, but he misses. All right, there's no way he wins this. Surely there's no way Corey wins this now.
1 bullet in the gun. 2 points in the health. Yeah, I think at this point you just got to take that operator and run for the hills. And so I guess that kind of works out, but kind of like what you were saying, Wyatt, that's kind of a dangerous move from Jake, especially too, without having the global TP online. Could have been dangerous.
Corey should be able to just save this op up, though, bring it into the next. And you have to be pretty frustrated if you're on the Turtle Troop side, throwing away that 3 versus 2, just trying to double peek into the players on site. You know, maybe regretting taking the more aggressive line there, not letting the game come to them. Not trying to put YFP in a position to have to actually tap the spike and then, you know, kind of ensnare them onto the site, but just fighting it a bit too early. And now YFP up 6-1 economy. Dire for Turtle Troop. If YFP win here, they're going to crack it again.
And yeah, the name of the game is speed. So fast onto the site. Rolling Thunder going to be utilized as well. We did in an awkward position here, but the smoke keeps it alive. Just for a second. And from the shadows utilized as well. Jake getting into a fun position there, but actually gets shut down. And a lot of information going to be given away here. It's already scrappy. The entire retake from Turtle Troop gets exposed. The Dizzy gets tossed up. Adder able to at least find Thief's head. Not able to escape, though. Penny cleans that one up. Stellar from the side, though. Saving able to find one. Corey with the operator. Can't quite find the shot onto Will. Stellar just hanging out back. Now going to be using the Rolling Thunder. Catches both of them. As Corey grabs a rifle, Stellar going to be running through as well. At this point, the name of the game is just to stall them out. Actually getting it half. Stellar not quite done yet. Goes for the swing around. Down to a 1v1, but Will caught with the mosh in hand. The timing is going to be close. I think Corey has this defuse here. Does have it. 0.92 seconds. TTR, they're back into it, and they keep that operator.
Crucial from Stellar to have found a kill there. He was 1 orb away from the Rolling Thunder being online, and he got it with that kill, pops it. They're able to take all that space back onto the site. Crucially so, because again, Turtle Troop, if they had lost that round, their economy was going to be broken. They had lost the round loss economy bonus because they had won that previous round. And YFP would have been absolutely running away with the game from that point on. But now Turtle Troop actually have a chance to get back into this thing. It's YFP whose economy could be broken if they lose here.
And of course, looking at this one, Will does have the Thrash online. We know how much they like to play off of that Gecko ultimate. YFP weathering the storm a little bit. Seems like they've got 2 modes. Go, 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 or let's just sit back and chill. and definitely the latter on this round.
Yeah, I do appreciate that they tried to mix in a really fast round there with the Rolling Thunder. And it did get them the sight, but Turtle Troop ultimately a good retake. Corey has a showstopper here for this round, which could be pretty crucial. But yeah, man, YFP really continuing to play this slowly, just waiting out any aggression. But Turtle Troop have really not offered any of that on this defense side. It's been pretty passive from them overall.
Execute. Now going to be underway. Will using the thrash. Adder. Able to actually duck out of the way out of that one. So no information given. Very uncharacteristic of YFP. Thief, though, once again getting so much space. He's able to find B-Dog. And from the shadows gets utilized to reinforce that A site. YFP, they're still running around in spawn. Deciding to loop things back around. Be going on to B, Penny. Now with Showstopper online, looking for a potential target here. Oh, spots one out. Yep, actually finds Stellar. Okay, wasn't expecting that. Thought it was going to be the flick on to Adder, but you know, things happen. Corey now using Showstopper of her own, spots out Penny. Penny at least able to find Corey before going kaboom themselves. And now we did. Usually the one who's been getting the most value for Turtle Troop in this 1v2, but this post-plant setup is going to be brutal. Thankfully, the Aftershock not available, and no Paranoia either, so just a little bit of a stun available, and we did survive this one. It might be possible here. Gonna be tapping back in. Jake just on the other side, goes to the TP around. So many sound cues, and Jake from behind doesn't opt for the knife, just goes for the headshot instead. YFP close out that chaotic round.
YFP have been doing a really nice job navigating the Cypher on defense. Adder has really not been able to find any value with the trips, with the cage setups. I mean, that is just so stupid. I mean, that is a pure accident.
Yeah, you can't flick before the click.
Yeah, he did not intend on getting that kill at all. So, listen, sometimes just a little bit of luck is all that's required.
Flick before you click. Don't click before you flick. That's generally the rule of thumb here. And already, Penny getting quite a bit of room is spotted out by that cam from Adder. So the one-way does get set up in response, but this is different. Turtle Troop taking so much space right off the bat. B-Dog able to walk away with at least one. Tosses down the mosh to enable an escape here. Oh, Jake gets stunned up, actually. Big Man gonna get utilized as well as we did, just on the other side, but Jake takes that fight and will win that as the TP goes back in, but caught with the utility out. Corey's so deep on the flank. Makes it so punishing for YFP. Usually they're the ones who are taking the aggression, but Turtle Troop this time matching their site presence. And it's a little bit of an awkward one as Adder finds yet another. Stellar tries to make that one work, but Penny, the bullets will fly faster out of the rifle. And now YFP have to rotate all the way over to B.
B-Dog just trying to find a good angle where YFP might have been crossing, but not actually trying to proactively take a fight because he's just so low on HP.
30 seconds.
Doesn't look like Adder's really going to be able to recover a rifle, so B-Dog is just going to have to toss it over to him, the more healthy player. And for Turtle Troop to win here, the win con is Adder essentially trading the B-Dog out.
Or that. Neural theft. Gonna get utilized now. Penny's position is revealed here. Penny, no more utility left in the pocket. Oh, just looking the wrong way. Adder gets the kill. Will secure the round. Turtle Troop not out of it yet. Will find their third round in this half.
They win it on a pretty much pure eco, and is finally a round where they put some significant defensive aggression onto YFP's attack. This is the first time they were really proactively pushing down mid. Corey pushed all the way out B, I think, and circled through the spawn. That is the first time that they've actually done that. This entire half has just been YFP contacting up, getting space for free. Maybe Turtle Troop suffering from a bit of, mental damage from map 1 where YFP were just going so fast, so they're just ready to bunker down in the sites, try and anchor. And on this timeout, maybe that's something they're going to be thinking about here, trying to continue taking space like that, fighting for the space, taking the fight to YFP at times.
Yeah, you never anticipate the mental damage that you do when you're playing rounds of Valorant, but definitely a thing. And on top of that too, like, it felt as if YFP were the ones who were always in the driver's seat for so many of these rounds, and it was just Turtle Troop having to react off of what YFP were doing. That last round inspires confidence though for Turtle Troop, because now they're the ones who are like, hey, get out the car, we're going to be driving now, and almost matching the YFP speed there. I mean, used a little bit of utility, stalled them out, immediately got those flanks underway, and YFP, they just kind of folded like a house of cards.
Winning that round as well has put YFP's economy in a tough spot. They just have 2 rifles here. One in the hands of Penny. And if he gets a couple kills, even if they lose the round, might be able to have the showstopper up for the final round, round 12, where they'll have a full buy.
Already first contact, Corey. Able to find one, but traded back. B-Dog with the spray through those green boxes. Wallbang going to be doing more than enough, and Neural Theft going to get utilized as well. Give the information of where people are. Stiller's position will be compromised. Thief goes for the swing, not able to find that pick. Now the retreat order is given for YFP. Turtle Troop holding strong here, but Physic able to find Adder. It's a little bit of a whoopsie. YFP will have a little bit more room to work with. They shoot the door down. Now let's see whether or not they're going to go for B or try and play their game against A.
Weeded has picked up this angle top mid. Might be in an engagement here with Physic. YFP moving silently, able to at least get the first, holds the angle for the second. That swing from Will just coming a second too late, and Weeded capitalizes off of it. Nicely done from them cleaning things up.
Man, I was so happy. I thought that Physic with the little bit of a crouch tech was going to be more than enough to dodge some of those bullets there. The crosshair placement, a little bit too good for Weeded, but the spray comes through. And on top of that too, spotting out the barrel, understanding that the other player was there. Just really well done from Turtle Troop. And, you know, it was looking very dominant the first half of this half, the first quarter, but Turtle Troop are coming back.
B-Dog has the thrash for this round, and with that kill and the death, Penny is just 1 away from the showstopper now.
This time, looks like it's going to be a YFP classic. A little bit fast here. Showstopper going to be utilized. Let's see if Penny can hit the intended target this time. Okay, that's a little bit of a different one there. Might get somebody. Adder able to find Penny, actually. It's a little bit of a spray through. Very close forwards. Jake just walking into the trap, and yeah, well, that stun's gonna be good. It's gonna be Turtle Troop just cleaning things up. Physic 1v4. Paranoid has to back off out of sight here, able to find Weeded, but Stellar ready for the trade, and Turtle Troop, they're right back into things. They're feeling nice and confident as they will be closing this half 5-7.
And with that nice swift retake, the 5-7 half is really not as bad as it could have been. There were some moments earlier on where it looked like YFP were going to completely run away with this game. That eco round turned the half on its head. The 3 in the row at the very end from Turtle Troop were well played. And in that final round, YFP, they were trying to make another aggressive, proactive maneuver while getting the spike down. You know, pushing up close into spawn, getting in the smoke. But the timing with the smoke push and the dizzy was off, so Adder was able to catch Jake when he wandered inside of the smoke. It was a well-played retake from Turtle Troop overall. We'll see if they can tie the game up now by winning a pistol round here.
And already, YFP looking to be a little bit aggressive out of B site, at least close things down. Yeah, who would have guessed? They're going for the ultimate orb. And Turtle Troop actually kind of aware of this one. Ooh, Massacre just out front. Okay, a little bit of a right click as well. Wingman gets the clap, but we didn't get the clap back. He's able to at least find there, but Adder just so deep already, and just like that, round just started, but it's going to be more or less over. Thief, never mind, able to get one. 10 HP left. Single bullet out of Weeded's gun will do the trick. As well, too, has that smoke available. One cyber cage as well. This Thief very slowly dancing around this, not aware that Weeded just on the inside as well. Weeded now rotates back out, takes a little bit of a further position. The classic position, but gets spotted out, and Weeded just with the classic makes it possible. Turtle Troop could potentially tie things up.
Oh, Weeded is just crazy with the classic. Both maps, he's gotten so many kills with it on pistol rounds and other rounds too. The right click while stunned is such nonsense, though. I mean, supposedly they nerfed the right click. Supposedly. He should not be getting that kill. Turtle Troop, though, off that pistol round win. Surely they tie the game up here. Just shut down this anti-eco.
Dizzy gets tossed up, making sure that mid ground is going to be good, as we do see YFP being a little bit more aggressive out that A site. Not really giving up a little bit too much, though. I mean, last time we saw they were playing the defense and lost the pistol round, they just kind of waited until the spike exploded, or at least tried to. So I wonder if they're trying to do that. They have a little bit less room for error here, though, as a Turtle Troop not really committed yet.
They're just slowly taking some space up in B. Trying to work tiles, work mid. They're not going to rush anything against these classics, against the eco round. Don't want to give anything away in a round like this where you should be locking it up relatively easily.
All right, engagement underway. Wingman going for the plant now. Already, flood through going to be happening. Adder spotting out Thief, who could have been a little bit of a dagger in the back. Jake still on the site here, eh? Right click, who would have guessed that one? And Corey able to at least find that kill. Penny trying to take a fight against Weeded, but Weeded's better for it. Falling very low is Will. Okay, from downtown. Has that classic in hand, making it look like Weeded. And an okay uncomfortable angle here, but Adder ain't just quite done yet. Spots it out. There's not as many bullets left in that Bulldog. Timing slipping away, but Adder finds that kill. Turtle Shoot, try it up.
Sweating bullets right there. They should not have been able to make it that close. Again, the right click is just so ridiculous. Jake just hitting the one tap with it back sight. But really just things devolving while trying to get the spike down, trying to plant for market, but didn't have it covered because he had to back off because the Guardian fight was awkward. That was just a whole scrappy situation. And because of that, it's resulted in Turtle Troop's economy being in the dumpster for this round, which could have been a decent bonus. And now looks, well, maybe there's a chance actually with that trade from Weeded.
This is VALORANT. Never say never. Will finds the head of Adder as well. Uses the way. Okay. Nasty little flick just across the box. Weeded at least able to trade that one back. Aim's looking as crispy as ever. Will in a weird position. 20 HP left here. Spots the timing. On to Weeded. Thrash available. Not sure if they invested here. Not sure if they're aware. But Stellar doesn't really have that much weaponry. He's able to find first pick onto Will, looking the wrong way, and Thief will steal that round away. YFP, they take the lead yet again, but once again, Turtle Troop just on an awkward buy that round.
At the very least for Turtle Troop, they're able to keep the economy pretty honest for YFP, forcing 3 players to have to fully rebuy. And so a win here from them, a clean win, would put them at a pretty big economic advantage when we go on to round 17. We'll have to see, those sellers just going to have the Guardian into this one. Looks like they're going to do that standard mid-dizzy just to get any information. It's not going to be broken. It's going to allow Weeded to push up here, try and face towards market.
The door just wide open. B-Dog also watching mid. It's Turtle Troop. It takes so much space. Yeah, tossing out an Aftershock. A little bit aware that YFP might be trying to push up into them, but this time, YFP, they're just playing chill yet again. So a lot of utility gets kind of used by Turtle Troop, and honestly, not much is taken.
Just playing this pretty slowly, trying to get some space up here in mid. They're just going to insert Adder there. So while they go for this A play, he can try to find a timing for a backstab lurk through top mid.
Oh man, so much utility just has to get utilized to clear just the front part of A. Forget about the fact that they might be having to move in onto site, and oh, Adder, an excellent timing onto Physic actually. He's able to find that one, and now the positions are given away. So aware of it, Will knows. Doesn't matter, Adder already scooch, sliding away. Jake uses the paranoia, but Adder was too close for it to actually activate. And Will at least able to trade that one back, but this is a pretty good scenario if you are Turtle Troop. And also, too, just kind of watching the Thrash, making sure not available. You're kidding me. Here's the grab from Will and immediately just sprays through. This one's not looking good for YFP.
No, not at all. They definitely just want to save here. And if they do, they might be able to get just a decent enough buy for the next to force into this, with Jake and Will both being at 2K. That all comes down to Adder, though. Just winning that straight up 1v1 fight in mid, popping the Neural Theft. Just nicely played from him.
Absolutely, and it introduced so much back pressure for YFP. As you can tell with the retake, they were ready to go and immediately just kind of had to flick back around, aware that someone could be flanking them, and that pressure just allowed Turtle Troop to once again just be so ready to, just play this so well. But Adder really stood out in that last round.
It was just a half a second too late, but you could see when Adder was taking that face against Jake, and I think that was Will there, B-Dog had actually thrown a dizzy up from sight that was going over the top. If that was just slightly earlier and blinded both of them, Adder might have been able to clean them both up there, get 2 kills, which would have been a pretty sick play. But regardless, he had already done enough to win it out for them. It's going to force YFP onto the timeout here, definitely considering what they want to do with the economy in this next round, if they want to try and force into it around those 2 guns.
And it's so challenging for YFP on this defense as well, because, the name of the game was Death Ball, where everything just use it all and then we can find some kills and then run over our opponents and stuff like that. But we haven't really seen them have that opportunity here. I think that Turtle Troop has been doing an excellent job after getting that spike down as well, playing the post plant, using the utility to either interrupt or just moving forwards and applying pressure so that YFP feel uncomfortable with kind of just rolling their way forwards.
So YFP, they have opted to force up here into the round, investing everything that's left Physic with just a Sheriff. They wait out that Dizzy, it doesn't ping anyone, and they try to push into mid, but Weeded catches Will from tiles. And now Turtle Troop can just slow things down.
And you can see they're doing exactly that. B-Dog's got to go for the Dizzy yet again. Here's the tag. It's Corey going to be getting a little bit rambunctious. Meanwhile, Adder getting even more rambunctious. Spots out the defense. Oh no! Just misses the head here, but now they're so aware of what's going on. It forces the hand of YFP, but the claw pincer maneuver, it's going to be perfect from Turtle Troop. It's to completely surround YFP from both the top and the bottom of mid. And this round is all said and done, as Jake, last person alive, is just going to be looking to save.
Listen, that looked a little silly from Adder missing those shots, but regardless of the first couple, still him finding that timing to work up all the way from A main through A link to top mid, and just allowing the rest of his team, because of that pressure, to be able to swing in unison, fight for mid. That was more than enough to catch out that aggressive play from YFP. Completely break their economy. Jake's going to try to bring the hero rifle into the next, but the rest of the team are going to be having to be just saving.
Yeah, those paint shells gives the information that, hey, danger might be close. Danger very close, especially for Adder too. Jake at least able to find one. The spike finally going down. Jake just trying to escape, uses the shadow step away. Should be able to tuck in and keep this rifle over into this next one, but yeah, the YFP economy isn't looking very good this round.
No, not at all. And Turtle Troop, for the first time in this entire series, might be able to be in the lead by a couple rounds, which is hard to believe that they've been so on the back foot against YFP for 2 maps straight. But that has been the case. Maybe this is where they finally turn the corner.
Already Thrash gonna be used here. The scouting Dizzy gets taken down, but oh, Jake just stepping through at the right time. Can't quite make the spray transfer happen. That's okay though, Adder Is able to shoot that one down and going for the ultimate orb as well. Physic just on the other side. I think there might be a little bit of a play to try and get the Thrash back online. Option paralysis strikes again, even for Penny as well. Can't quite decide what target to hit. And Thief now the last one alive. Gonna have a little bit of stuff on that screen, but Adder shuts it down. Adder with a 4K as well. The Cypher really turning up on this attacking half.
I love that after Adder took that ult orb, he actually waited to use the neural theft. Just the intuition there to understand that someone from elbow was probably going to try and take a timing to peek, swing with the Sheriff, which is what Physic did, and was just totally caught out because of it. Then pops to the neural theft. Just a little thing, but definitely shows you how, I guess, just locked in Adder is right now. He's been playing so well on this attack half, finding so many great lurk timings, creating so much space. Just really in form today.
Yeah, that's right. The Sentinel Agent's not just good on defense. These lurks have been crucial at applying pressure to YFP from multiple angles, and sure, kills aside, those always help, but once again, I think it's just that presence of mind, YFP having to be more aware that that Cypher might be coming around in the back. It's just allowed Turtle Troop to just have so much more room to play in.
And YFP are playing extremely passive. I mean, frankly, both teams on their defensive sides were really not fighting for forward space. And it's allowed Turtle Troop to just walk up all the way towards B main for free. The Wingman is going to run in there. Boombot as well. Turtle Troop are going to slow down, though. They get the paranoia out of Jake. They're not going to force anything just yet.
That was interesting because Wingman noticeably did not have the spike on it, despite the fact that they do want to re-engage. Adder gets taken down, and all of that pressure that we'd been talking about just immediately gets removed. Spike plant trying to happen here, and oh, Corey going for a little bit of a timing, but Will able to at least get two here. Weeded swings through. Time is ticking down, though. Spike still not planted with YFP. They collapse upon Turtle Troop, and Turtle Troop have no response.
Pretty awkward from Turtle Troop overall to have shown that much presence towards B, and with no control anywhere else on the map, no real knowledge, and with not a lot of time left. They didn't really have any other option but to try and cut noise and re-hit. YFP were just more than prepared for it because it was so likely that that is exactly what was going to happen. So YFP just standing their ground nicely.
And now Turtle Troop. They're ready again. Playing it nice and slow. Will actually with a little bit of more advanced position, playing potentially off of Thief's contact. Thief actually spots it all the way out there. A little bit of information given, but execute going to be underway. Corey popping the showstopper, gets caught up in the trap, and Will, nice easy spray through, no vision required. Should be aware of that. That's a crispy shot onto Adder's head. At least Turtle Troop, they're ready for it. Able to find a trade. The site now going to be open here as Wingman is going to get that spike down. I'm looking at YFP. Physic falls down, and actually, this is a good opportunity for Turtle Troop to get another round. Penny does have quite a bit of utility, can still satchel in here as the From the Shadows gets utilized. Get for a little bit of a timely escape. B-Dog able to find one. Penny trades that one right back. Now things get a little bit more difficult. Paint shells get tossed out here, flush and weeded out from that annoying position as, yeah, just running around, but the satcheling from Penny happens and immediately just catches the dust of a weeded teleport. And, well, you weren't expecting the Omen to be all the way over there. Turtle Troop find themselves at 11, looking forwards to that map number 3.
A lot of heads-up utility there from Weeded. Really intelligent to just get out of dodge with the teleport ultimate. Reposition back to B main where you can safely spam onto the spike, outplaying Penny with the TP as well. And while all that was happening, Stellar actually rotated from B main into market where he had an angle on the spike. So just making it essentially a 0% win chance for Penny. They played that so smart, Turtle Troop.
Cage triggered.
Now they've completely flipped the script here on YFP. YFP struggling a little bit to really find an answer to denying these sites, because it does feel like every single time Turtle Troop take a site, they're able to find 2 or 3 kills, and it just makes it so much more difficult for YFP. Yeah, Penny, oh, that's going to be a good showstopper. Able to find 2, Will not quite done, but B-Dog shuts that down. And now it's going to be a 2v2 scenario. Not really what you expected based off the weaponry here, and Jake finding B-Dog as well. They might have just turned this one around, and this could be a fantastic answer if YFP are able to get this.
Oh, the timing is just missed by Adder. He's shot in the side from Thief. Things completely crumble. The showstopper from Penny was perfect. The timing he found on that rocket perfectly placed to collect 2. And then the collapse from the other side of mid as well. Just after this was fired off, it was Will swinging from Link with the Sheriff. The flash that had come in absolutely destroyed Turtle Troop. Just when it looked like they could finally get onto a map point, stolen away from YFP.
Yeah, I mean, it's in those chaotic situations where it feels like YFP more or less come out on top. When things tend to be a little bit more coordinated, things are a little bit more controlled, that's when we see the Turtle Troop planning really pay dividends. But now, Turtle Troop doing the same setup as they usually do, but varying the spike this time over to this A site. YFP might be aware of this, though. They've got 2 agents really anchoring things down, but given the buy here, where it's a little bit sus, you know, this might not be as good as they're expecting.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Thrash.
It's Thrash. Yeah, gonna come through elbow, get some space onto the site.
Jake dodges that one. Dodge trafficking, dodge a Thrash, and yeah, an excellent little one-way gets set up by Thief. Doesn't matter if they can't see anything. Found the kills necessary. A cheeky little teleport, but we did immediately spot it out. And YFP, it's 11-11. Everyone make a wish.
It looks like they're about to steal the game away from Turtle Troop. They've broken their economy. They're putting them on a half buy. Turtle Troop are going to take a timeout here. On the cusp of winning the game against YFP, and things on that anti-eco on the previous round might have just been the nail in the coffin for them.
I like the little thumbs up that we did. It's one of those things where if you do an emote, then the AI will pick it up and then make the emote happen. But I'm pretty sure Weeded was just cleaning his teeth there and was giving a nice good old thumbs up. But yeah, now Turtle Troop taking the timeout. 2 rounds away from bringing this one back, but I don't know why. It feels like YFP now are figuring out their answer on this defense, and that has to be a very scary thing for Turtle Troop to deal with.
Yeah, the anchoring on that site was really nice. The crossfires were just super good. With Jake playing tucked on the site box. Support from Link, support from Spawn. All right, let's see what Turtle Troop are going to buy up here. They're going to be on a half. Stellar's actually buying pretty heavily into this with the light armor Vandal down to 650. Pretty bold risk from him. Stingers for the rest of the team. They're all gathered up on the A side right now. Going to pressure a little bit towards mid, towards tiles, while fast taken to elbow with a dizzy double satchel.
Oh, Jake. And he's thankfully watching the other side there. That could have been dangerous, especially with utility out. And now Will does have this Thrash available, just waiting for an opportunity. Look at this, YFP already getting themselves set up. Might not even give Turtle Troop a chance to enter in onto the site still. Wingman gonna be going in there. Thief able to get the spray happening, and okay, those stingers, they work out. Thief goes down here. And yeah, that Thrash isn't gonna be able to actually land. Weeded going for the teleport up. And a little bit of a timing. Jake able to find 2 heads. Looking for that third as the clap comes through. Never mind, actually gets shut down. And now Jake ready to regress. Maybe the fault line gets utilized here. It's so scrappy, but it all falls apart. Turtle Troop, nothing to be found. Will scoops up the rest of that, and YFP make their way on to match point.
That was so clean from Jake. I mean, Weeded is going to be so frustrated that the second he turned away from that smoke is when Jake popped through. 2 really crisp headshots with the Vandal to get the man advantage into the round. And until that point, Turtle Troop were playing things well. That early elbow control and then the pressure towards mid, which allowed them that timing on A to just work then into the site with that distraction going off. Ultimately, though, that was their half by round. Stellar's economy would have been dire. He wouldn't have had a Vandal here. You know, less for the sake that they actually got that spike down. So now they are going to have pretty much a full buy headed into the last to try and take this thing into overtime. YFP gunning for the big upset win here.
Already, Penny so far down just clears out that mid. And unfortunately on that last round too, Stellar used the Rolling Thunder. So not a tool available in this round. Already though, they're going for that 5 stack on A, so Adder not going to be bothering with that flank. Tildy going to be tossed out here. Dizzy just going up top, but Will just dancing around the smoke. Thief going to get stunned up, no big deal. So Will looks for a potential timing. Adder actually able to find Thief in the back lines. Excellent first little pick here. YFP already getting themselves set up.
How are they going to try to get back in here? They've got a Dizzy. They have a stun and a flash trying to explode into the site. The Dizzy's going over top.
Doesn't actually get any tags. All of Turtle Troop just kind of sheltered in onto the site. Oh, Turtle Troop find 2, but Jake at least able to find 1. Vita just hanging out on the back of the site, gets the timing here. Will falls down, and just like that, we're headed to overtime. Turtle Troop playing those close angles, able to isolate their kills, and YFP have no response.
Finally able to fight together nicely in a post plant there, stacked up towards Link, swinging together. Taking that nice timing where Turtle Troop are in transition, trying to get towards to the site to take the fight to them. Bringing this game into overtime.
And now let's see how this one plays out. I mean, it once again, Wyatt, this map started out so heavily favoring YFP, maybe riding off of the high of that last map where, you know, obviously they beat Turtle Troop on their map pick. But Turtle Troop have done their due diligence here, and they've completely pulled things back. And I don't know, this is looking a lot more evened out than it did when we started.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Will's going to send that early Dizzy in the B main. It gets the tag, so Adder's going to retreat. Lose control in that space of the map. So Turtle Troop now, they're going to be feeling like YFP could be gathered up in B main really at any point here. And now Dizzy cycled over the top and mid to get information. Not going to get any pings as well. So YFP just working the map towards B and mid. A is where Turtle Troop have a little bit more control, with Corey pushed up into elbow.
And I like the discipline from Turtle Troop on this round. They know that they 5 stack, and so as soon as they hear that Dizzy, make sure that they plant their feet down. Corey able to find Thief, but immediately falling down as well. Should give the information over. My eyes right now are on Physic holding mid presence. That could be deadly if he finds a timing.
B-Dog with a lot of work to do here. Stellar is smoked off at the link, and look at this engagement potentially in mid, but the stun is out. Adder doesn't even see Physic. Pulls out the gun, surely gets traded. Everyone has util in their hands.
Oh boy!
Left.
That's just a series of unfortunate events. Lemony Snicket must have written that one. Jake still hanging out in the back of the site. Speaking of utility in hands, Stellar able to find 1, tosses down the aftershock. Fault line to follow here. Will gonna get stunned up, but Physic is ready for it at least. Weeded now on the support, spots out Will. Can't quite find the sidestep, and actually will find it after that. And Turtle Troop, oh boy, everybody, make sure you've got your guns ready, because you never know who's around the corner.
Actual miracle that Weeded pulls that off in the end. And some good supporting utility from Stellar as well. The flashes were nicely timed, but
Match point.
yeah, that engagement in tiles was a little bit silly. Just a tiny bit silly. I mean, Physic, how is he alive? That is ridiculous.
I have to imagine Weeded saw Physic run around the corner, is like, oh yeah, our breach is here too. Wait a second, that's not our breach, and just had the paranoia in hand, so had to let that one rip, but a little bit of shenanigans had on that first OT.
Our Turtle Troop, they just need one successful attack around here to take a map, bring the series to Icebox, the decider. It's been tough going for them so far, clawing at every single round. At no point in this match does anything look easy for them.
Intelligent call by Adder 2 to back off of that one, just because you know that they're always playing together, and yeah, that Crossfire was already ready to get set up between Will and Jake. So Adder just immediately backing off, keeps that alive while Turtle Troop get ready for this engagement onto this B site. Thief ready for it as well. Just on the other side. Tripwire going to be going down. Utility going to get tossed in. Thief just anchoring back onto the site, dodging all of the little bits of utility here, but Turtle Troop, they don't actually enter off of all of it. And now they're kind of left just walking in blind, at least able to take out that camera, but still just really biding their time, Wyatt.
Yeah, Adder's going to try and work back towards mid. We get some space, or just try and post up in a position where he can backstab on the site exec.
30 seconds left.
Time now crunching down. Maybe knocking on the door just a little bit there. Finally storming the castle. Penny, crispy as ever with that aim. And yeah, B-Dog at least ready to save Corey's life. Thief spots out Adder, but just a little bit too late. Adder still deep in the back. Physic at least able to make that one happen just in the nick of time. You see Wingman plant it down. YFP going to be moving in here. B-Dog actually spotted out, but I think that was a little bit too rambunctious as Physic goes down without any coverage whatsoever. Now, it's just going to be 2v2 here. The smoke gets placed down. Will does have a little bit to work off of. The Wingman available here. Corey able to find Will. Potentially bringing things back here. Jacob will find one, looking for the next, but Stellar closes the door on that. Turtle Troop, they win out map number 2 and will force map 3.
At no point did that look easy for them. They are scrapping for every single round against a much improved, excellent YFP team. You have to give a ton of credit to Weeded and Adder, who are just stepping up so much for Turtle Troop today. Even on Lotus, their map loss, both of them were getting consistently really great kills. And across that Sunset map, Adder, especially on attack, he was just finding such important lurk timings, lurk kills throughout.
Yeah, I mean, it looked fantastic for YFP there at the start, like we were kind of saying, but Adder starting slow on that defense, but so good at just being that lurk, that presence, that kind of ghost in the closet for YFP, where they were just had to be so careful about things. But Turtle Troop ultimately able to walk away with that victory. And so we're going to be heading to a quick break. But when we come back, we've got Icebox left because only one of these teams will be able to win this match. Don't go anywhere.